Hey there, dear listeners of Life Philosophy. I'm thrilled to be with you today, diving into a timeless story from the life of the Buddha, a tale that resonates deeply with the struggles we all face in our modern, hectic lives. So grab a cozy spot, maybe a warm cup of tea, and let's journey back to the serene mango grove, where the air is fresh with the scent of ripe fruit, birds chirp in harmonious melodies, and the wisdom of the Enlightened One flows like a gentle stream. This isn't just a story, it's a mirror to our own anxieties, a guide to untangling the knots of stress that bind us. Let's unpack this beautiful encounter between a worried father, his troubled son, and the ever-compassionate Buddha. Picture this: the mango grove, a lush haven of tranquility, where the Buddha often sat under sprawling trees, sharing his teachings with eager souls from near and far. By this time, his fame had spread like wildfire. People traveled days, even weeks, to seek his counsel for their deepest worries. On one such day, as the Buddha delivered a sermon to a gathered crowd, two figures approached through the grove: a middle-aged man, his face etched with concern, and his young son, barely 20 or 21, looking weary beyond his years. The Buddha's keen eyes caught their arrival, and with a gentle gesture, he invited them to sit close. There's something so comforting in that simple act, isn't it? A silent acknowledgment of their pain, an invitation to find solace. Once the sermon concluded, and the crowd dispersed, the Buddha called the father and son to his side. The setting was idyllic, greenery all around, a soft breeze rustling the leaves, the distant calls of birds weaving a natural symphony. You can almost feel the peace seeping into your bones, just imagining it. The father, visibly relieved to be in the presence of such calm, sat down, his son beside him, and poured out his heart. "Oh, Lord Buddha," he began, his voice trembling with desperation, "I've traveled 2 long days to bring my only son to you. Look at him. He's always tired, as if life has drained out of him. He's irritable, snapping at the smallest things. His eyesight is failing. His hair is turning white. Old before his time. I'm at a loss. I took him to a doctor who prescribed medicines and said, 'Your son takes too much stress.' But I don't even understand what stress is. What causes it? How do I free my son from it? Please help us." Can you feel the weight of that father's plea? I know I can. How many of us have watched a loved one struggle, feeling helpless, grasping for answers? The Buddha, with his boundless compassion, turned to the young man. He looked into his eyes, those windows to the soul, studied his face, and even checked the pulse in his hands, as if reading the story of his suffering through every beat. Then, with a voice as steady as the earth beneath them, he spoke. "No one chooses stress, yet it clings to the mind like a termite, hollowing it out from within. Often, we don't even realize we're under its grip. But if we learn to recognize its causes and measure its hold, we can find a way out." He paused, letting those words sink in, and then offered a profound insight. Stress arises when there's a disconnect between body and mind. Imagine working on a task while your thoughts wander far into fantasies or worries. This distance, this tension, is stress. But think about playing a game you love. Your body tires, yet you feel energized, alive. Why? Because your mind and body are one in that moment, fully present. No gap, no tension. So the key is to do one thing at a time, pouring all your focus into it. That's where peace lives. Isn't that a light bulb moment? I remember multitasking like a juggler, checking emails while eating, scrolling social media while listening to a friend, and wondering why I felt so frazzled. The Buddha's wisdom cuts right through that chaos. He went on to outline 8 root causes of stress, each a lesson we can carry into our daily grind. Let me share a few that struck me most. First, overambition. Being ambitious isn't wrong, the Buddha explained, but when a man chases one goal after another, never pausing to live in the now, his body is here, but his mind races to the future. That gap breeds stress. The son, curious, interjected, "Does that mean we shouldn't aim for anything?" The Buddha smiled, a smile I imagine was both knowing and warm, and replied, "Set goals, but don't fixate on the outcome. Work hard, yet stay rooted in the present. The present is the only truth." Then came jealousy, a poison we've all sipped at some point. "Envy rots the mind," he warned. "It's a wound that festers within, unlike a physical cut that heals. Never begrudge another's joy or success, for it only burdens you." Ouch. That hits close to home, doesn't it? How often have we scrolled through Instagram, comparing our behind-the-scenes to someone else's highlight reel, feeling that sting? Another cause, doing work we dislike. When your heart isn't in your labor, your body is there, but your mind escapes into daydreams. That disconnect creates stress, the Buddha taught. Find work that feels like play, aligned with your passion. Easier said than done, right? I've chased trends, thinking they were my calling, only to burn out. True passion isn't borrowed. It's discovered through trial, error, and honest reflection. Expectations from others also made the list. Turning to the father, the Buddha said, "As a parent, you may expect your son to fulfill your dreams, to shine in your image, but when he doesn't, stress consumes you, straining your bond. Let go of expectations to free yourself." That's a tough pill to swallow, but so liberating. How many relationships have we strained by projecting our hopes onto others? Physical pain, procrastination, lack of planning, and overthinking rounded out the causes, each a mirror to our habits. On pain, the father asked, "If illness is inevitable, must we live in tension forever?" The Buddha's reply was grounding. Suffering is woven into life, disease, aging, death. Accept this truth, and the mind won't spiral into stress over what's natural. Care for your body, with exercise and mindfulness to endure it better. By now the father, overwhelmed yet grateful, folded his hands and said, "O Buddha, my son is young, barely 20. He can't grasp all this at once. Is there a simpler way to ease his stress?" The Buddha, ever practical, nodded. "If many steps feel daunting, follow this one. Focus on a single task at a time. When eating, savor each bite. When walking, feel each step. If your mind wanders, gently bring it back." This keeps body and mind together, dissolving the root of stress. Listeners, isn't that beautifully simple? Yet, how often do we juggle, driving while texting, eating while binge-watching, and then wonder why we're irritable, restless? The Buddha's final words linger with me. The mind can only truly focus on one thing at a time. Honor that, and peace will follow. As the sun dipped low in the mango grove, I imagine the father and son sitting there, a flicker of hope in their eyes, armed with wisdom to face their struggles. This story isn't just about them, it's about us. Stress isn't a modern invention, it's as old as humanity, but so is the path to freedom. Let's take the Buddha's advice to heart. Pick one thing today, maybe your next meal, and give it your all. Taste it, feel it, be there. Notice the difference. Thanks for joining me on this journey through the mango grove. If this story touched you, share it with someone who might need a little less stress in their life. Until next time, stay present, stay kind, and remember, you've got the power to ease your mind, one moment at a time. This is Life Philosophy, signing off with a heart full of gratitude.